And troops have another worry to add to their list tonight if war should break out in the Mideast. Today's Los Angeles Times says that based on practice assaults against full-scale models of Iraqi forts, U.S. troops would have suffered huge casualties. Now, the paper also says the Marine Corps recently predicted that more than half the soldiers involved in these practice attacks on the Kuwaiti border would have been killed.
Tonight, some U.S. troops are getting comfort from an unexpected source: children. They may be younger, less experienced, but students at a Queens school are reaching out a hand of friendship and caring. Channel 2's Mary Murphy has more now on a pen pal program that's also giving kids a personal view of the Mideast crisis.
Good morning. We'd ask everyone to please settle down so that together we could pray for peace in the Middle East. We pray for Saddam Hussein and George Bush.
They are children just starting out on ABCs, but the clippings on their bulletin boards talk about D-Days.
They're going to fight a war if Iraq doesn't come out pretty soon.
What do you think about war?
I think it's dangerous.
Social studies for the children of Our Lady of Lourdes School in Queens Village now includes postcards from the Gulf and a pen pal program in each class with students writing to soldiers to show they care.
Dear Uncle Jack, I hope you don't go to war, but if you do, you will be protecting our world. Dear Dougie, how are you doing? I'm fine. I have been praying very hard for you. I miss you a lot. I love you.
And the letters have been trickling back from Air Force mechanic Roseanne Keyes, who left 2 children behind in California, and from Marine Corporal Brian Chin, who sent a cap to 2nd grader Jordan Kasulka and a message to the entire class.
You would not believe what a single piece of mail does for morale. Please tell your students that no one here wants a war.
The posters in the hallways show students where their mail is going 6,500 miles away. And 22 yellow ribbons on an oak tag tree show the hope students have their soldiers will get home safely. Class 5-2 gets letters from 19-year-old Michael Peltzer of Queens Village, writing from Saudi Arabia.
It's the closest I've been to the place where Jesus was born.
The world seems to have shrunk in that time, really.
And why do you think that is?
Well, I think TV.
When I was a 5th grader in Mrs. Wilson's class back in the late 1960s, the United States was deeply divided over its role in the Vietnam conflict. Yet looking back, it doesn't seem like a 10-year-old then was as politically attuned to war as 10-year-olds now.
Saddam Hussein should get what he deserves.
And what's that?
Kick in the butt.
What would you say to President Bush?
Try to make the right decision, like not to go to war too soon.
The concerns extend from the school librarian, whose son is with the F-15 strike force, to young Jolette Zimbali, whose father is shipping out January 15th.
He says, don't worry, I tried to come back.
The snow falling at school today may have seemed a million miles away from the hot desert sun, but 6-year-old Calvin Reese tells us his morning ritual tries to bring 2 worlds a bit closer.
We say a prayer for the soldiers and Hail Mary.
I'm Mary Murphy, Channel 2 News.
And we'll have more on the Mideast crisis coming